Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Angry Cast and No Man's Sky. We are back at a super awesome fun time base WoW, but we're not staying. Yeah, Waypoint update has dropped, the 4.0 update, and that means that all the things that we had worked until worked up to now, including the activated indium farm. It's no longer, we can't use it anymore. Why? Because they've nerfed how a lot of the raw materials are. So, what does that mean? Well, if you haven't really been paying attention to the game itself, it's been leading me into this idea that I could create a larger farm to create two of the most valuable products in the game. And that is the Stasis device and the Fusion Igniter. I, having over 20,000 nanites, decided to go to the anomaly and just unlock all of the recipes to show you something. The items themselves, the Stasis device, is worth about 15 million units. Now, that's give or take. However, the items that it takes to build it, its highly refined technology, makes it that valuable. And we're going to show you how to build a farm that can make about 10 of them, as well as the Fusion Igniter, another highly refined technology device that is worth about 15 million units. And we're going to do 10 of each. And that is going to be an undertaking in and of itself. Believe you me. Why? Because if you look at the view the craft steps on either one of these items, the Stasis device requires a quantum processor, a cryogenic chamber, and iridescite. Hope I'm saying that right, the American that I am. Those require granite, magno gold, and auronium to make the iridescite, cryopumps, and living glass to make the cryogenic chamber, and the quantum processor takes circuit boards and superconductors. Again, that's just the top two levels. We haven't even gotten down to like the base materials. But you can see it all starts out with either carbon, nitrogen, sulfurine, radon, and then moves up to other items, including ionized cobalt. And I mean condensed carbon, but I'm saying carbon because I'm talking about the basis materials. So cobalt. That's just to make the Stasis device. We haven't even talked about the Fusion Igniter, which is a portable reactor, a quantum processor, and geodesite, which involves Levian, Herox, and dirty bronze, a superconductor, circuit boards, fusion accelerant, and liquid explosives. Now you can see some of these things are starting to sound familiar. The circuit board, the liquid explosives, the living glass. All of that sounds like stuff we've already done. It is because we have done those things. We have set up farms all over the universe to make one part of the bigger piece. So we're going to start over again and do this all over again. And that is going to take us a hell of a long time. This is probably going to be at least a 7 or 8, 9, maybe 10 videos to do this. But we're going to start with humble beginnings, going back to the beginning, doing all that stuff, because we have to, first of all, figure out where we want to have our first base. Then we have to start unlocking all the things in order to do this. Of course, then we have to start making money in order to unlock all the things to do this. Money and nanites is going to be needed in order to make all this happen. And then, of course, we have to figure out how to mine and extract gases, because there's radon, sulfurine, and nitrogen involved. And there's also all of those base elements, dioxide and paraffinium, and all of those things. And we need to be able to have those farms set up across the universe like we have in the past. In fact, you can see here, I've got these things labeled. This has been pushing me this direction. I didn't realize it until now. Look at all these bases we have going on here. We've got the Larva Core 1, earliest of earliest bases. But then when you look down, we have the rusted metal and the living liquid explosives. We've got Dioxite 1, we've got Frost Base, we've got a Uranium 1, Phosphorus 1, Living Glass Farm, Pyrite and Circuit Board Farm, Salt 1, we've got paraffinium, we've got all of these different bases, Nitrogen 1, All of these places, all over the place, that are providing us all the materials to make this item. The only thing I don't have is sulfurine. Now, I could go through here and just go, oh, we're going to go ahead and just use this save and show you how to do it. The unfortunate thing is, though, is that there's some goofiness happening with this. I don't really have... It's kind of like glitched out a little bit. So I want to start over. I want to get a new base going, and I want to do these modular. Every individual piece shall be a smaller part of a bigger whole, and each chapter will build on itself until we get to the last episode where we just finally show you going and gathering up all the materials and making it and then selling it. So if you're down for that, if you're down to clown with me on that journey, I say we go do it. But of course, like I said, we have to go back to the beginning and start all over. Something I'm not looking forward to. And we're not going to spend too much time on the early game stuff. That's for you to figure out. But let's go do it, shall we? Things about the Waypoint update is that it allows you to really customize your game. And if you're going to start over and go through everything again after you've been playing for years like I have, you might want to do that. First of all, you can change these settings, customize them, and you can also change them later on. So we don't have to stick to this, but I do want to do some things. And that means crafting and item settings. I could just say everything's unlocked. I don't have to worry about it. But I want to learn those things. I want us to go through that. Of course, the tutorial missions we're going to disable. We may or may not go through the Artemis because there's a lot of things that have to happen to unlock certain things, and it happens down that path, especially with the base building. But we can do other things to go through and bypass all that. And that's one of the new things about this game that has become, very likable, is that you can choose how you want to play. Let's see here. Infinite transfer range? Nah, let's not do that. Let's do all the things. I hate to say it, but let's do all the things. I'm going to turn off predators just because I don't want to have to deal with them. I'm going to leave all that stuff all the same. I'm going to leave all this stuff here the same. I'm going to not unlock everything. I'm going to learn it. Get the standard prices. And fuel usage, you know what? Fuel usage we're going to do free. Because I don't want to have to fill up. We know we can go get tritium. We know we can go get stuff to fill up our items, whether it be the launch thruster or the pulse engine or our multi-tool. But we don't have to do that. We can choose to. And we can sit there and say with confidence that we're not cheating. The game is giving us that option, and we're focusing on different things. We're not focusing on this stuff that we played 1,000 times before. We're looking in a new direction. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to go for it. Everything else is still going to be the same, and we can always change it later on. So let's do it. Here we are on Git Miner. Contaminated puddles. It's very, very radioactive. And we are slowly dying. And we can't do anything right. Just yet. Everything's broken. We don't know where our ship's at. That's how the game always starts. We're going to need to get some ferrite dust, and we're going to need to get some stuff quickly in order to open up and install technology to help us find our ship, including carbon nanotubes. First thing we know, if you play the game 1,000 times over 1,000 times over 1,000 times, is that everything you need to start out with is right in front of you. Hopefully, depending on how you've set up your game. Now, normally we would go through and we would scan those items, those animals, and find things and look for our ship, but we can't because we haven't installed that yet. So, let's just start with the basics. Busting up some shit. We know that this has got ferrite dust, and if we could scan it with our visor, we could maybe see more than just one element that can help us along our way, like the question marks that say analyze. Unfortunately, we haven't got that far yet, but we will. We just need to build some carbon nanotubes, and we need to get some dust to make sure we build everything up the right way. So here we go. Get all of our stuff. Play the game, as it were. We love playing the game, right? Every time we start out, it's always the same thing. We just skip the tutorial, so it's not telling us what to do. We know what we have to do. Okay, why don't we get some oxygen, too, because these are great for oxygen. And we're going to need some of that as well. All right. Now that we've got that done, let's say we got 75 ferrite dust. Let's fix our scanner. That'll help us. And let's install the analysis visor by making some carbon nanotubes. Sabudu, there we go. All right, multi-tool, away. Install this puppy. There we go. Now, we now can see on our HUD, our ship is that way. And now we can scan animals because we're going to need units, or we're going to need nanites. That's two of the things that we're going to definitely need early on in this game. Figuring out ways to make money. So we might as well do it the way the game tells you to. Also, buried technology. We're going to need to be finding that stuff as soon as we can install the terrain manipulator. We're just not there just yet. Alright, let's scan a few more things here. We got 2 of 7, we got 3 of 7. There's some big-ass rocks right there. Let's head to the ship, shall we? Ooh, hello! As always, the game tells us we can scan some things for money and to find out that it's got other items besides the primary element. Ooh, look at that. There's also an unknown building in the distance. Once we get our ship, we'll get to that. A giant donut that we cannot kill because we do not have the advanced mining laser. Let's scan this, though, and find out what the secondary element is. Oxygen. Awesome. We could always use some more oxygen. Alrighty. Oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Yay. Oxygen is going to become really important later on once we start learning how to refine stuff. And we've opened up the base to allow for multiple items to be refined at one time. Because we can use oxygen to duplicate or make more of a base item for money or for resources to craft the big things that make us lots of money. We'll take some condensed carbon because, of course, that's the thing. One of the other things about Waypoint is that they've really kind of... They took out one of the things about the game that has been either a pain or a challenge point. And that's the inventory space. Used to be that you were always constantly having to drop stuff, get rid of stuff, do whatever. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore because you can see they've taken the super whatever cargo and they've actually slapped everything into here. Now, of course, you can't see anything because I haven't got it, but once we go to all the space stations and start buying all of the, or unlocking all of the cargo space or inventory space, we will have the ability to hold countless stuff. And if you've already played the game, you know how the base has the ability to have storage containers, and those were always limited as well. That's no longer the case. They are also expanded so that you can hold more. Alrighty. Now, we can either skip and go right to the ship and get up there, or we can do a couple of things here that are, of course, part of what the game wants you to do, which is to play it. To play the tutorial or play the module. I always suggest picking up anything you can, if you can, because it'll be helpful later on, even though you don't know what it is yet, or how to use it. Junk, rusted metal, those types of things are always good because they allow you to refine them into other items, which ferrite dust or magnetized ferrous or pure ferrite or whatever you want to, call it. Wow, there's something around here making buzzing noises. It might be this thing. All right, can we put in the multi-tool yet for... We need carbon nanotubes and we need dihydrogen jelly. Dihydrogen jelly. Now, where was... We passed some dihydrogen. I didn't pick it up. Well, that kind of sucks, but we should probably go get it because we're going to need it. We could pick up a few more base items while we're here to help us out. Get us moving. Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. What are you? Run, Kate. Pure ferrite and carbon. And we need an advanced mining laser to get it. All right, let's get this sucker. We can't pick it up because it requires one of those things. But there's some down here. We can pick it up. Let's get it because we're going to need it to make some dihydrogen jelly. Luckily, we don't really need to use it that much to power up anything because we turned off fuel consumption on our machine, on our all of our stuff. Which is probably a blessing in a case, because we're going to be focusing on other things, not just that kind of survival aspect. Alright. Alright, what did we need? We needed to, in order to get that, we needed carbon nanotubes types 2 and dihydrogen jelly. Well, let's see what we can build right now. Carbon nanotubes times 2 and dihydrogen jelly 1. Let's install this puppy for now, right there. And then we can now pick up some buried technology modules as well as deposits that are on the planet. Alright. There's a buried technology module there. We use that to unlock blueprints. Sorry, blueprints. And also to get other things, including let's get inside real quick. Take a little snooze because we're gonna die otherwise. All right, taking a little breather in the old family truckster here, just so we can not die. We're gonna need to make some pure ferrite, and we're gonna need to make some dihydrogen jelly to fix the launch thruster. Now we have enough dihydrogen jelly, or enough hydrogen, whatever what it's called. Dihydrogen to make dihydrogen jelly. We also have these wonderful little crystal fragments that'll give us more. We've got 45. Hey, we got 84. Oh wait, no, we got 122. No, I'm sorry, we got 165. Still wrong. We got 211. Let's go ahead and build that, and then we need the pure ferrite. Now, pure ferrite we saw was in some of the items that we could scan and try to pick up. Unfortunately, we may or may not be able to use it because we don't have the advanced mining laser. So we can keep scanning some things and see that there is some things that do actually have pure ferrite as a thing, but we, of course, again, cannot pick it up. So we're probably going to have to do the old standby and put in a refiner to take and refine some of our ferrite dust that we have and make it into pure ferrite, which you get a 1-to-1 yield on that. But unfortunately, we don't have enough of it, so we have to go pick up some more rocks. And there is some copper. We're going to pick up some of that too as well. Oh look, a cave. Even better. That means there's going to be some cobalt down here. And cobalt is very valuable early game. It's also part of one of our goals to make the Stasis device and fusion igniter, because we're going to use it to turn into magnetized ferrite, and then to pure ferrite, then magnetized ferrite. And that will be something that is way down the road, but we can also use that and the later game technology to make more cobalt and actually make money. Alright, let's get some more of this shit. Actually, let's figure out what we're doing here. Alright. Let's pick up all of this copper, because we don't really care about destroying this entire deposit, because we're not here for anything else right now. But we will need the copper in order to make a base, because the base computers are made with chromatic metal, which are made from copper in a refiner. So it's probably a pretty good idea to have a good bit on hand, because we're going to be making a lot of bases. Now, once we get to the point where we can set up our extractors and set up our mineral and mining operations, we don't have to worry about doing this or any other later game steps to mine, because we will be able to just set up a mineral extractor and just mine it right from the planet without having to worry about using up all the resources. Okay. A little bit more here, a little bit more. Sorry there, dude. I keep taking away the ground up from underneath you. One of the, you know, in trying to figure out how I was going to play a new playthrough on this game, I started over several times, and one of the times I started over, I was trying to get a base set up, and every planet I was at, I could not find copper. I mean, it literally just would not happen. I could not find any copper. Like, every deposit was just like, it wasn't there. There was nothing under the ground. It was just like, it would tell me it's there. I'd get maybe 20 copper from the deposit, but nothing else. And it was kind of frustrating. As is the early game. And this is going to take a long time for us to get to that point. And I may at times find myself not being as, you know, talkative or energetic and everything else. It's because I'm probably just doing work. The game is work. It really is. Well, we might as well get some more of this stuff while we're here. The less we have to, you know, the more we get now, the less we have to get later. And there's a couple other things we're going to find out. We're going to learn how to make money early on, and you know, every step of the way, there's a way to make some money that'll help you get to the bigger drill. You know, it's kind of like any other thing in life. We start out small. We have little money-making things, and then those become bigger things, and then we just get to the point where it's not even an issue anymore. That's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to start over, because quite frankly, I've gotten to the point now where that game just doesn't have anything for me to do, in a sense, because we have done everything. And like I said, it started to glitch out, but beyond that, I just didn't have any. I mean, I seriously was going to try to figure out how to make these things in my old game, but it just wasn't going to happen. All right, damaged machinery. Hello. Now, normally I would just get rid of this. I'm taking it because we're going to use it to get nanites. We need to do some nanite farming at some point. Hello. Oh yes, the wonderful updates that have brought in like these sky barges. Alright. I'm getting more ferrite just because we're going to need it in order to refine some and use some for later on. Might as well have it on hand. Oh, I'm going to have to go get that, aren't I? We're going to do it. One more dig. Just one more. That's all I need. One more. It's right there. It's 214 away. We're going to go get it. Why not? Ooh, big puppy. Yeah, there's another... Good thing we have another machine down here we can take from. Oh, damn! I didn't turn that off. So you can get damaged from falling or from other things, and you'll have to repair shit. And I'm gonna turn that off because I mean that is not one of the things we want to deal with right now. We don't really care to have to worry about fixing damaged equipment every 5 minutes. That's a different path for someone else to play the game. You know, that is everybody has the ability to change and craft the game how they want to play it. Usually, now there's usually one right around here, and we're not finding it. There it is. Come on now, give it to me. Alright, let's see what we broke. Luckily, we have some ferrite dust. How much do we have, though? Can we make the metal plating that we need? Yeah. Alright. So, we got 71 left. Well, shoot. We're going to fix that later on. We're going to turn that feature off. Because we don't want to deal with that. Yeah, anytime you run over top of one of those... whoops, those hazardous flora, you will eventually get damage to your backpack or something else and have to fix it, and we just really don't want to deal with that. Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, don't worry. Oh, look, we've almost found all of the animals on this planet, which is great because that's more money. All right, let's get there. It's a race to the finish. Aha. Okay, launch thruster. Still need to do hermetic seal and the pure ferrite for that. We've got let's use the dihydrogen jelly and let's use that. Oh, I used it on the wrong thing, didn't I? All right. Can we make hermetic seals? We have condensed carbon. That's awesome. Hermetic seal. We can repair the pulse engine, which is great. We still need to get some pure ferrite to make that go. But we have probably enough. We probably just used it all. That's probably the thing we did. Boop. All right. Let's get some carbon in there. And let's get some ferrite dust, which will make some pure ferrite. That may not be enough, though. Because what do we need? We need 50. Well, bugger me. Alright, let's see what we got here. Pure ferrite, we can't shoot it, probably. No. Let's get some of these items up here, and then we'll be done with that. And that'll get us into space. And exactly where we need to go for the next part. Well, I had hoped to give you epic music. I had hoped to show you everything they needed to get off the planet. Unfortunately, the game decided to crash, and I lost the clip of the last 10 minutes where I fixed the pulse engine and the launch thruster. And the gliding in here never happened. So, instead of starting all over again, we're going to continue on. Because it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. We played the game 1,000 times. We don't need to continue on all of this rudimentary stuff. You go play the game. You go find that. This is about a specific quest. The quest to create a base that can make the biggest and most beautiful of fusion igniters and stasis devices to make millions. But first thing we're going to do is upgrade our suit. And now we're going to say goodbye. Again, we have gone from being crashed on a planet to the space station. We have fixed our ship. We have added a multi-tool enhancements to scan for animals and for plants and minerals. We have got the terrain manipulator. Those are the first steps towards a brighter future for us. And we will continue on with that next time. So from all of us here at the Anchorcast, we want to thank you. If you want to see this series continue, please think about helping me out with buy me a coffee, buy some merch, like and subscribe, do whatever you need to do to make it all happen, and we'll go on from there. And until next time, we'll see you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.